Hello, my name's Hannah Graham. I run Threshold Theatre. I'm a writer and performer and the creator of the Recollection chairs. This is a video about the first Recollection chair that we're currently creating, and I wanted to tell you all a little bit more about it and show you some pictures of inspiration and tell you pretty much how we make it and what this first Recollection chair is all about. So the first thing we do when we make a Recollection chair is we have to find an old chair, and we're going to recycle it basically. This one on the screen is the chair for the first project. It has been given to us by Help the Heroes charity. It's a very comfortable old chair, and I just really love the idea that it has its own history, and it might have used to have been someone's favourite chair for kind of reading the newspaper or watching the news or those kinds of things. So the Recollection chairs are audio interactive installation pieces basically. A chair that you can sit in and interact with an iPod, which you then listen to through speakers or headset in this case, and hear the story of a local historical figure from your area. And they're built for, or they're created for, libraries and town halls and such like venues in areas of low art engagement as a way of bringing art to people and sort of fusing history and art together, I suppose. Now, the first Recollection chair is about this lady here called Madeleine Carroll, and the reason I wanted to write the story of Madeleine Carroll and put it in the first Recollection chair is because I'm currently working on my show Kaleidoscope, which is about an obsession with Madeleine Carroll. And when I started to look at everything she did in her life and all of those things, there was so much and I couldn't fit it in my story, but I was determined to tell everybody about her life and about all the amazing things she did in Hollywood and before and after Hollywood, I suppose. So she was a Hollywood actress in the 1930s, most notably famous for her role in The 39 Steps, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Once I'd chosen that, I needed someone to modify this chair to put the iPod in it because I wouldn't know where to start, and I found an artist called Richard Perry who designs things like this, turns vanity cases into old speakers, and there's another one I want to show you. This is my favourite. This is an old TV turned into a cat bed. Brilliant. So I knew he was the right person to talk to about building in the iPod into the chair and just figuring out a way of making this sort of installation piece work. So once the iPod's in there, I upload my story onto it. The story also is scored by music from an artist, a musician that we are commissioning at the moment. You can find that commission on Art Jobs. It's called Creative Musician Needed for Threshold Theatre, or something like that. But the deadline is Wednesday, so hurry, hurry, hurry. You just need to send us an email. And so the next part is to get the chair to speak to people who can't perhaps listen to the story. I wanted it to be visually appealing and beautiful, and something that if you walked into a library you go, wow, what's that, and want to sit in it. So these drawings here, this drawing is done by an artist called Gent48 who does street art, and his sort of has a worldwide reach, I suppose. His work is very character-based, illustrative work, and this is a commission he did about the evolution of technology, which I loved, and so I approached him straight away and was like, can you do this about Madeleine Carroll? He said yes. So he's going to draw on the chair using his pens a big picture of Madeleine in perhaps her most famous role, and then behind the chair will be this three-screen sort of backdrop, I suppose, with pictures of all the other things she did in her life all over it, so that it's just completely visually appealing. This is just an example of one from, I think, maybe Argos, but that's the kind of style it will look like, kind of freehand drawing. We're using black, white and pink, so each screen is dedicated to her life, and that's the Recollection chairs. Please do come and see it. It will be at West Bromwich Library from the 26th of February, and it's has a sort of grand launch or opening at 7 o'clock that evening.